Om.
ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 प्रज्ञानां शुप्रतानैस्थिरचरनिकरव्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुङ् मायया भोजयन्नः मायासङ्ख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विधिजविषयान् प्राश्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमतिविभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः
Mandukya Upanishad, Chapter 3, read Karika 7.
नाकाशस्य घटाकाशो विकारावयवौ यथा नैवात्मानः सदा जीवो विकारावयवौ तथा
Jiva is not a separate entity other than Brahma. Brahma itself appears as though a distinct entity because of the upadhis of deha of the jiva. This was thoroughly explained based on the illustration of space, total space, and the pot space, etc. When the pot is made, it appears as though pot space is born, but space never gets born. They are the appearance. Likewise, when the body is formed, because of the Chaitanya abiding in that, it appears as though Jiva is born. All the features of pot space do not belong to space, but because they are because of pot superimposed on the pot space. So also, Sukha, Dukkha, Janma, Marana, all these do not belong to Atma, but they appear to be so because of the upadhi of the jiva. And it was pointed out that this jiva is neither a vikara, a modification of Chaitanya Atma Brahma, Chaitanya Brahma, or a avayava, or a limb of it. It is only jiva as an appearance only. Thus, it was shown that jiva in reality is Brahma only. Though for practical purpose, for a adhyani, it appears as though a samsari in contrast to Brahma, who is a samsari. Now here a doubt is like this. Sir, it is agreed. What is that? Jiva is neither the ansha part of Brahma, nor Vika means in terms of avayava, limbs, etc., nor a change or modification of Brahma that is accepted. But Brahma itself abiding in Upadhi is Jiva, this is not acceptable. Why? Because the features of Brahma and Jiva are totally wide apart. If they were one and the same entity, such difference is not possible. That is not a doubt. See, that is what is called a Jiva is nothing but Brahma entered into, in the sense abiding in the Upadhi, is not acceptable. Why so? The reason gives Brahma is Shuddha Advitiya. Shuddha in the sense not at all contaminated by the Upadhi features. Advitiya, non-dual, there's nothing other than that. Whereas Jiva is all tainted by Raga, Dvesha, Janma, Marana, all this samsara is there. How can both be one and the same? So therefore, for that answer is Paramarthataha. In reality, even Jiva doesn't have Mala. Even Jiva in reality doesn't have Janma, Marana, etc. These are all conclusions of an ignorant person because of not knowing what the Chaitanya Swarupa Jiva is. A Jnani, for Jnani, there is nothing called Jiva. All that is there is only Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, Chinmatra alone. No body, no adhyasa, no samsara, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone is there. So that means the case. How? Though Jiva in reality is free from Janma, Marana, Raga, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukkha, all the samsaric features, how it appears to be so is only because from the standpoint of ignorant person. That is now explained based on the same illustration of Akasha. Read, this is what we are seeing. Now let us first see how Bhashyakara presents this Karika 8. Read Bhashya, Yasmad Yatha.
यस्माद् यथा घटाकाशादिभेदबुद्धिनिबन्धनः रूपकार्यादिभेदव्यवहारः तथा देहोपादिजीवभेदकृतः जन्ममरणादिव्यवहारः तस्मात् तत्कृतमेव क्लेशकर्मफलमलवत्वम् आत्मनः न परमार्थतः इति एतमर्थं दृष्टान्तेन प्रतिपिपादयिषन् आह.
This is what
यथा इति.
Yatha iti. So this is what Gaudapadartha is going to tell now. Okay. In reality, Jiva doesn't have any of these samsara features. He says, Yasmad, because this is a fact. Yatha, just as Ghatakashadi Veda Buddhi Nibandhana. Nibandhana means dependent on. Rupa Karyadi Veda Vyavahara. In different parts, the distinctions in terms of the form, Rupa, Karya, utility, Adi for Nama, name, etc. This Veda Vyavahara, where in the case of Ghatakasha. On account of what it is, Ghatakashadi, means any such thing. Adi Bheda Buddhi Nibandhana. You take this spot space to be different from that spot space and like that, because difference is in the upadhi. This spot is different from that, that like that, and therefore their name differs, utility differs, and all these things, the vyavahara, how you use it differs. So Ghatakashadi Bheda Buddhi Nibandhana, dependent of the notion or the understanding that these are different types of pot. The vyavahara in terms of that rupa, form of that pot, karya, usefulness of that pot, nama, name of the pot, it is vyavahara, bheda vyavahara, distinct activities, distinct vyavahara, interaction takes place. Tatha, as in the case of this illustration of Ghatakasha, tatha in the same manner, Dehopadi Jiva Bheda Krita. This should be understood properly. Dehopadina Upahita Jiva Bheda Krita. Adhyara has to be made there. Dehopadina, by the upadhi of the Upahita, the one who has got conditioned, limited, who is that, namely Jiva, that Bheda Krita. Because of this Bheda. Bheda is what? Dehopadi. As a result, the Jiva also appears as though different. Jiva in terms of, in reality, Atma. Dehopadina, Upahita, Jiva, Bheda Krita. This Bheda, what is Vyavahara Bheda is what? Janma, Marana, birth, death, Adi. Adi for Sukha, Dukkha, Mana, Apamana, all types of experience of samsara. Vyavahara. Tasmat means Tat Kritam Eva. Tat Kritam means Upadi Bheda Kritam Eva. The experiences of so-called samsara in Jiva is on account of Upadi Bheda, as in the case of the Ghatakasha, etc. Kritam Eva. What are those such experiences? Klesha, karma, phala, malavatvam, atmanaha. Atmanaha, klesha, affliction, sorrows, karma, then phala, result of karma, malavatvam, raga, dvesha, moha, mada, matsara, all these things. These are all atmanaha na paramarthataha. In reality, they do not belong to Atma. Iti etam artham. To drive home this point, Drishtantena, with the illustration of the Akasha only, Pratipipadation, desirous of establishing this fact, Aha, who? Acharya Aha. Acharya, who says? Not we say. Bhagavad Puja Pada Shankaracharya says. And when he says Acharya, in the context refers to whom? Gaudapada Acharya. Not even his guru Govindapada Acharya. He is not in the context. If it were Vivek Chudamani, he would have been in the context in the beginning. Here he is commenting on the Karika, so therefore Gaudapada Acharya says. What is it? Read 8.
यथा भवति बालानां गगनं मलिनं मलैः तथा भवत्य बुद्धानामात्मापि मलिनो मलैः.
यथा बालानां मलैः गगनं मलिनं भवति तथा अबुद्धानां भवति अबुद्धानां भवत्य बुद्धानां तथा अबुद्धानां अपि Malai Atma Malinaha Bhavati. Just as yatha. Balana, in the case of Bala, not children here, Avivekina, this phrase always comes. Balas means not childish, Avivekis, those who lack Viveka. In the Yoga Vash says, Vivartoyam Balanam. Jagat is born from Brahma in the Vivarta sense. This is only explanation given for Avivek is only this. Because there is no creation. And yet you accept to make him discover that there is no creation. At this point, if you say there is no creation, the fellow will not accept. How is it possible? So Jagat is accepted. How? Vivarta. What do you mean Vivarta? Brahman doesn't go undergo any change, but it appears to be so. Illustration. Our Rajya Sarpa is that. Rope doesn't undergo any change, but appears as snake, like that. This explanation is what Balanam says, what Avivek is. So here also, Balanam, Avivek is, who know not the nature of space, Gaganam, Akasha, sky means here, space. Malaihi Gaganam Malinam. By dirt. Dirt here is what? Clouds, smoke, dust, fog, mist, like that. Gaganam Malinam has become impure, means it is what? Dirty as it were. Means something else has crept in. Bhavati Tatha, in the same manner, says, who are in the place of Balas here? Abuddhana. Abuddhana means na buddhana. Na buddhana means those who are not jnanis in the sense for ajnanis, who do not have aparoksha jnana of Brahma, who do not have Brahma Sakshatkar. For such ignorant person, Abuddhana says, Abuddhanam api malaihi atma malinaha bhavati. By mala, impurities here in the sense, klesha, afflictions, karma, the karma, then karma phala, raga, dvesha, janma, marana, all these. By this what? The Atma is what? Malinaha bhavati, appears as though has got contaminated by this. Let us see the Bhashya. Yatha bhavati.
यथा भवति लोके बालानाम् अविवेकिनां गगनम् आकाशं घनरजो धूमादिमलैः मलिनं मलवत् न गगनं मलवत् याथात्म्य विवेकिनां तथा भवति आत्मा परः अपि यो विज्ञाता प्रत्यक्लेशकर्म फलमलैः मलिनः अबुद्धानां प्रत्यगात्मा विवेकरहितानां न आत्मा अबुधारोपितक्लेशादिमलैः मलिनः भवति इत्यर्थः।
Ityartha? How is suddenly Ityartha comes again? One line left out. Anyway, okay. Yatha bhavati. Just as this is seen in the world. Something is omitted and certainly at the end it has come. We'll see that afterwards. Only while reading something has happened. Yatha, just as loke, in the world we find. Balanam. Bala means avivekinam. those who are not able to discriminate the nature of space. Okay. Gaganam, that is what? Space. Gaganam, Akasham, space. Ghana, clouds. Rajaha, dust. Dhuma, smoke. Adi, mist, fog, etc. All those things. Adi, Malaihi, by such impurities. Malinam means malavat, bring that bhavati. It becomes impure. From whose standpoint? From the aviveki standpoint. But na gaganam malavat yathatmya vivekina. Space is impure for avivekis, but to those who are yathatmya viveki, those who have got the capacity to ascertain the real nature of space, for them gaganam malavatna, space is not polluted. Such usage are there nowadays. Space pollution. Space pollution is not possible. What is there is what? Air pollution. And that air pollution is superimposed on the space, and for practical purpose we use the phrase space pollution. Space cannot get polluted. So here, yathatmya vivekina. Those who know the reality, they know for certain, even though the appearance of cloud, etc. are there, space is not impure, it is not polluted. Tatha, in the same manner, bhavati atma. This applies to the case of atma only. Atma also appears to be what? Impure for ajnanis, but not for jnanis. Atma. The atma, paraha api. Paraha api. Though distinct from ignorance and its effect. Ajnana and ajnana karya. Atma has nothing to do anything whatsoever with ignorance and its effect. Though this is so, paraha api, even though. Yaha vidnyata pratyak. And that Atma is who? Vidnyata. Vidnyata here in the sense Sarva Sakshi. One who makes us known everything, and who is Pratyak, the innermost Atma, compared to the so-called notional Atmas beginning from Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. So that is how Pratyak. So he is Klesha Karma Phala Malaihi Malinaha, appears to be Malina, contaminated, having become impure. For whom? Abuddhana. Abuddhana means those who know not the real nature of Atma. Ajnanina, or ignorant person. So Abuddhana. Who are Abuddhas? Pratyagatma Viveka Rahitana. Those who do not have the discrimination to ascertain the actual nature of Pratyagatma, free from all these. To such ignorant person, say it appears to be Malina, but not for others. Who are they? Na Atma Vivekavata. Na Atma Vivekavata. Those who have got the Atma and Atma Viveka, those who have known the Atma in its true nature, For them, such a thing is not there at all. Read Nahi Ushara Desha Trid, etc.
In the next Bhashya, Swamiji,
Nahi, here it is in this only. I will read it. Nahi Ushara Desha Tridvat प्राण्यध्यारोपित उदक फेन तरंगादिमान तथा न आत्मा आत्मा अबुधारोपित क्लेशादिमलैः मलिनः भवति इत्यर्थः. Now comes the भवति इत्यर्थः. Some your
it's not there,
book
Swamiji.
huh?
In my book, it's missing, Swamiji.
That is some word. Which book it is?
Kailas Ashram book only. But
Kailas Ashram missing. My God. I don't know how many people. 141 page. Anyway, let us take. See, now, it may be later edition process, but this is you can't make out. Anyway, nahi, you can add there yatha, just as say Ushara Desha Tridvat. Ushara Desha. Ushara Desha means desert. Means on the desert, Ushara Desha, Tridvat Pranyadhyaropitaha. Pranyadhyaropitaha, Pranibihi Adhyaropitaha. Superimposed by the beings. It can be man, it can be deer or some animal. What type of this person they are, animals they are. Tridvat. Tridvat means thirsty. Just as a thirsty person or a thirsty deer, etc. So what does it do? On the desert, because of that appearance, what does it superimpose? Udaka. It sees there water which is not there. Feda, as if river is flowing, bubbles on the surface. Taranga, wave. Adi. Adiban, no. From beginning that one. It's not so. Don't think that this Mruga Jala, mirage water example is a what? Imagination. Because we have not seen, those who have seen such vast stretch of desert, they will know that. Otherwise, no. But we can also verify without desert. Next time, if you happen to so on highways, when you are driving a car, especially afternoon or noon also, when the sun is ablaze, and let us say there is no traffic much there, and as you proceed, you drive fast, a distant place, you see as if patches of water is there. Next time, if happen to be so, verify. As you proceed and come near, there is no water there. And again, it appears something again further somewhere. That is Mrugajala only, mirage water. It's only a delusion. So all these are superimposed by the ignorant person who knows not that in the desert, that is not the water. He is thirsty and he thinks that he mistakes that it is what? Water is there. No. That is Usha Desha Udaka Fena Taranga Adiman. No. Tatha, in the same manner. No. Note that no. Atma Abudharopita. abudhaihi aropita, superimposed by ignorant person. What are those? Kleshadi malaihi malinaha. No, not he doesn't become Atma doesn't become impure because of the afflictions, sorrows, janma, marana, sukha, dukkha, etc. superimposed by ajnani people. Iti artha. Only a mistake, not knowing the true nature. It is not really so. Now, further doubt. Bhashya read punaha.
पुनः अपि उक्तमेवार्थं प्रपञ्चयति.
Again, Gaudapada Acharya, Prapanchayati explains what he had told earlier. Here, a doubt that is pointed out by Tikakara like this. See, you are claiming that Jiva and Brahma are one and the same. Prapancha Mithya means you are establishing the Advaya Atma. This is not correct. Why? You find out this. After death, the Jiva, according to Papa Punya, either goes to heaven or it goes to hell. And after experiencing, undergoing the bhogas, either in the heaven or hell, as the case may be, he returns and takes to future birth. Again, if it is a human embodiment, does karma, karma phala, and same drill continues. This way, even Shastras tell us what loka paraloka sancharana vyavahara. Jiva gets subjected to this transmigration, going from one loka to the Mrityor samriddhim apnoti. Yeah, iha nana iva pashyati is there. Different context. But gets subjected to janma, marana, janma, marana, janma. From death unto death he goes. In between birth must be there. It is not mentioned. Means he is the same standard. One who fails in a particular standard, he is kept in the same standard. He is not promoted to the next standard. Like that, this Ajnani Jiva, even after gaining human embodiment, has not got Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, means clearly he has failed. And he has to continue in the standard of what? Mrityu. Mrityu means what? Mrityu-rupa samsara. So now here, of course, that's a different context, but anyway, the sanchara word came here. He has to get oneself, he gets subjected to the transmigration, janma, marana, sanchara. And what are you talking of? Non-dual Brahma? For Brahma, where is the sanchara? Where is the duality? So therefore, what you said is wrong. This also is answered based on this Akasha, Ghatakasha example only. That's what say. What was told earlier is further elaborated. Read 9, Karika.
मरणे संभवे चैव गत्यागमनयोरपि स्थितौ सर्वशरीरेषु आकाशेनाविलक्षणः.
Add Atma marane sambhave cha eva gati आगमनयोः अपि स्थितौ सर्वशरीरेषु आकाशेन अविलक्षणः एड प्रत्येतव्यः आकाशेन अविलक्षणः प्रत्येतव्यः means you should know it like this. Atma, in all these sthitau conditions, states, what are those? Marane, when the jiva leaves a specific embodiment. Sambhave, utpattau, janma, when it takes the next embodiment, cha eva. Gati, agamanayoho api. Gati, going to a particular loka. Agamana, returning from loka after the punya or papa is over. In all these sthitau, sarva sharireshu atma, akashena avilakshana. Atma, one and the same atma, abiding in all the bodies is what? Never differs, never gets affected by the upadhi feature. It is all the time free from all those upadhi features. It is same, free from upadhi. Avilakshana is not distinct. Vilakshana, yes, means it is not different from the case of Akasha, like Akasha. So all this Vyavahara may take place, but Akasha is uncontaminated. So is Atma Sarupa, that is who appears as Jiva. Read Ghatakasha.
घटाकाश घटाकाश जन्म नाश गमनागमन स्थितिः स्थितिवत् सर्व शरीरेषु आत्मनः ओके
What is that?
ओके शरीरेषु आत्मनः जन्ममरणादि आकाशेन अविलक्षणः प्रत्येतव्यः इत्यर्थः.
ठीक है. So Ghatakashasya, 6 cases there. Of course, not a correction, but we have, for our understanding, we should take it. So Ghatakasha Janmanasha means Ghatakashasya, of pot space, Janma, Utpatti, birth, Nasha, destruction, Gamana, Agamana, taking a pot somewhere, bringing the pot from somewhere here, like this. Agamana, Sthitivat, like all the states or conditions, Sarva Sharireshu, in all embodiments of all jivas that are in the all cosmos, many Brahmandas, innumerable they are. Atmanaha, in the case of Atma, Janma Maranadihu, Janma Maranadihi, Janma, Marana, Raga, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukkha, all these. Akashena Avilakshana. So it is Tulya. Avilakshana means it is similar, Tulya, with Akasha. Just as all these appear to be in Akasha, but really they don't belong to Akasha, pot space. So, but they appear to be in the pot. So, like that, Avilakshana, Tulya, similar, iti, Pratyetavya, ityartha. So, one should see, one should know like this, means what applies to space in the context or the illustration of pot spaces, same does hold good for Atma appearing as Jiva because of Dehadi Upadhis. The Tikakara summarizes this like this. Atmani, in Atma, sarvaha vyavaharaha, all vyavaharas, all activities, all dealings are what? Avidya krita, affected by avidya only. Avidya only. Vastavaha na iti ukta, not in reality. All this are because of ignorance, not in reality. Why so? See, you are talking about transmigration. Atma going from one loka to other loka. You know the nature of Atma? Atma is all pervasive like space. All pervasive space, Atma, from where he can go to where. You say you have entered the hall. You went outside the hall because you are not in the hall, you entered that. Now you want to return, you came out of the hall. But space has not entered the hall and not come out of the hall. Everywhere it is. Like that it is. This Gaganopamanasya. The Atma, which is like space, Gatyadehe. Transmigration, etc. says what? Asambhava is not possible. Transmigration is not possible. Sukha Dukkha also is not possible. How come? When you say Sukha, we say mean Vishaya Sukha, not Paramananda Swarupa. For Sukha Dukkha, you should have a body. You have to interact with the Vishayas. Favorable response, Sukha. Unfavorable response, Dukkha. And it is presented what? Through Antakana Vrittis. Atma is Nirupadhika. In Nirupadhika Atma, where is the occasion to be happy on account of sense object? Where is the occasion to be sorrowful on account of them? No. So therefore, these are not just possible in Atma. Further doubt. See, you are harping on one fact. This all changes, vikaras, etc., are false because of upadhis. Maybe upadhis, but upadhis are real. Real upadhis will create real changes. Why do you discard them like this? See, these upadhis in the form of sanghata. Sanghata means assemblage of body, etc. They are satya, purapaksha. See, when the bodies, etc. are true, the resultant what? Veda. What janma, marana, etc., vikara, etc. What? That also is what? Satya. And therefore what happens? Your Advaita is not correct. So our doubt status quo. Jiva and Brahma cannot be one and the same. Because upadhis are real and therefore samsara of Jiva is real and therefore the Jiva cannot be Brahma. It cannot be Advaya Brahma. It is Sadvaya. So again, from different standpoints, the doubt crops up. For which is going to point it out now. The upadhis, or as pointed out by the person who doubts, sanghata, the assemblage of body, etc. How it is not real, that is being established. Read 10.
संघाता स्वप्नवत् सर्वे आत्ममाया विसर्जिताः आधिक्ये सर्वसाम्ये वा नोपपत्तिर्हि विद्यते
सर्वे संघाताः स्वप्नवत् आत्ममाया विसर्जिताः and येषाम् आधिक्ये सर्वसाम्ये वा उपपत्तिः न हि विद्यते। सर्वे संघाताः, संघाता here dehadi संघाता, all this assemblage of upadhis in terms of body, etc., gross body, subtle body, and such things. Sanghata, swapnavat, they are like dream, and they are how they are projected. Atma Maya, projected or created. They are projected or created by Atma Maya. Maya word is used also for magic. So there is no magic of Atma here. Atma Maya here is avidya. They are visarjita. They are created. They are falsely projected by avidya only. By the ignorance of Atma Swarupa. The ignorance of Atma Swarupa only. Now one may say, sir, how dare you say like this? Why? Look, see, the Deha of Devatas, deities, something worshipful. Ordinary Devatas are not at all so. You know, difference is there. One is superior, others are not superior, some are inferior. When such distinctions are there, how do you say it is false? Created avidya, etc. Are they not real? For which answer is being given. Esham. Esham is of this. What of this? Esham Sanghatanam. Of this Sanghatas. The body, assemblages of bodies, etc. Adhikke. In the sense, one is adhika than other, in the sense, one is superior to others. Heavenly embodiment superior to human embodiment, like that. Human embodiments are superior to animal embodiment, like so, adhike. Or sarva samye. They're all the same. Say, va, samya va, upapattihi nahi vidyate. Hetu, a reason to establish that they are satya, true, and they have got such differences of higher and lower. To establish such thing, no hetu, no reason is available anywhere, either in the Shastras or by inference or by reasoning. Not possible. Na vidyati. Sarvasameva upapatti. Upapatti for what? Sadbhava pratipadaka hetu. Sadbhava means satyatva sanghata. To establish the real nature of bodies, etc., no reasoning is available, or no clue or proof is available anywhere. Let us see the Bhashya. घटादिस्थानीयाः तु
घटादिस्थानीयाः तु देहादिसङ्घाताः स्वप्नदृश्यदेहादिवन् मायाविकृतदेहादिवच्च आत्ममायाविसर्जिताः आत्मनः माया अविद्या तया प्रत्युपस्थापिताः न परमार्थतः सन्ति इत्यर्थः।
घटादिस्थानीयाः तु देहादिसङ्घाताः. Dehadi-sanghata, the assemblage of body, etc., which are in the place in the context of illustration of Akasha, then the place of what? Ghatadisthani. When illustration is given, you have to draw parallel. What in the illustrated corresponds to what in the illustration. So here, bodies, etc., embodiments are in the place of pot, etc. They are Sapna Drishya Dehadivat. They are like bodies created in the dream, etc. Adivat. Mayavi Krita Dehadivacha. Two illustration. These Dehadi Sanghatas are our Jagrut, our present bodies, etc., these assemblages that we interact in the waking state are no better than the bodies found in the dream state. One. Second is what? Mayavi Krita Dehadi Vacha. Like the Deha, etc., created, projected by Mayavi, magician. You know that magician, especially that Indian rope trick. This magician comes with all his dress and all that. And he says, and he has got rope, Indian rope trick. He says, there in the heaven, the battle is going on between the devatas, deities, and the demons. Now I am going to go there to help devatas. And he just throws his description available. But it means from old this thing, literature, someone, Outspensky or someone has done this research, has called, but he has not seen that. This person throws the rope up, it stands like a pillar. And this person who, magician, armed with all sword and all the spear and all that, right? He climbs up, disappears. And there, the clattering of the weapons goes on. This battle is going on. At some time, these magicians cut into pieces, falls down the ground with blood all around, as if he was killed in the battle. After some time, he comes up as a one whole erect to face you all. Which is true? Only appearance. A false projection by Maya, magic. He knows what is the whatever that he only knows how he could do that. Such things were there, otherwise that reference will not come. Indian rope trick this. I think one of our Guru Bandhu said, not Indian rope trick. From Kerala, he is. One magician took the stone of a mango, gota, and as if they buried it. And one cane basket was a small, he covered it. And some or some mantra, something he made as tamasha. Says it has grown up. And he removed small mango plant From the mango plant, it has got mangoes, foot of mangoes. He has seen with his eyes, he told, reported this. Think of it. How they could, we don't know, maybe it can be mantra also, spell also maybe there. But such things were there. Such there are other things like hand tricks are there. Even today, many are there in the hand tricks. As if they make a girl lie on that, what is that, table. And he cuts open the stomach. Blood is oozing as if two pieces are made. No time he will there without a scar on the stomach. The girl stands up. Some hand trick, like pigeons, etc. Whatever it may be. Now here, Mayavi Krita Dehadi, a magician who has created such bodies, etc. Atma Maya Visarjita. This phrase is from Karika. Atma Maya Visarjita. The question comes here because in the Bhashya, Bhashyakara has used Mayavi Krita Deha, body created by a magician. So which comes, either Atma also has got some magic or what to create such bodies. Therefore he says, no. Atma Maya Visarjita means here not by some magic on the part of Atma, but what is it? Bhashyakara says, Atma Maya, phrase used in the Karika, refers to avidya. Says, Atma Visarjita means, what is the Atma Maya Visarjita? Atmanaha Maya. Maya of Atma, or centered on Atma, namely avidya, ignorance of oneself. By that, taya pratyupasthapita. Pratyupasthapitaha dehadi, that is what. Sanghataha pratyupasthapitaha. Pratyupasthapita means falsely projected or falsely presented. Na paramarthataha santi iti artha. They are not truly there at all. Your claim was there is superiority, non-superiority, equality, inferior nature among the bodies. And therefore, you can't say that there is a mithya upadhi. It is satya. Says, superiority, etc. cannot be taken to as a criterion for establishing the reality of something. See, in the dream, good, bad, and all things you are seeing. Superior, inferior, you are seeing. Are you taking the dream as real? No. So therefore, there is no hetu. There is no reason to establish that because such embodiments with superior features, inferior features are available, therefore it is real, and therefore Advaita is not possible, you can't say. We'll continue.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।